Welcome one and all, and welcome to my channel. Tonight we are venturing into the supernatural. We are doing reactions to Top 5s videos. Yes, if you do enjoy his content, my friends, why not give him a little subscribe? I'm pretty sure the channel would appreciate that a great deal. All the content you see on this channel I do not own. It's all Top 5s. So yes, I would say head over there and yeah, give him a little subscribe. Anyway, my friends, I think we should actually get on with the video, shouldn't we? Okay, my friends, I will see you very soon. Thanks for being here. Let us go into Top 5s. Hey everybody, thank you for being here. Hope you're all doing good out there. Yeah, we're back onto some scary video reactions once more. We are now doing 5 scary unexplained supernatural mysteries to watch with the lights on. Yes, this one, don't know how it's going to go, but it's Top 5s. Look, Top 5s. Why not give him a little subscribe? I'm sure he would appreciate that a great deal. This content is all his, it's not mine at all, my friends. Right, here we go. Let's get the video on the go. Enjoy. At least I hope you'll enjoy.
Turnbull Canyon, the dark place. On the surface, Turnbull Canyon is a beautiful area in the Californian Puente Hills Preserve. Lots of hiking trails, places for off-road vehicles, and mountain bikes make it the perfect place to spend some wholesome time in the great outdoors. But scratch beneath the surface, and you realize how dark and dangerous Turnbull Canyon is, and the evil that saturates the place has a history that goes back for centuries. The natives who refused to set foot there called it Hatukna, which roughly translates to dark place. Unusual in that the area is quite bright and sunny.
Certainly looks like a dark place in the darkness, you know. It makes sense.
When the Spanish arrived with their guns on a mission to convert the natives, they didn't care.
Yeah, you always get a kind of history lesson on his videos.
Into the area, believing that they
I wasn't really a big history buff in school, if I'm honest.
Or be killed. And many Native Americans were put to death in the canyon. One shaman said, "Now we are without hope. Now we remain for as long as the sun rises and sets in the sky." This may be one of the reasons why visitors to Turnbull feel as though there are hundreds of eyes on them.
It does look quite beautiful, doesn't it? Look at the...
Perhaps the spirits of every American native that was killed
very pretty.
There for the shadows to lengthen and the sun to go down, so they can seek their revenge. The most disturbing chapter of the canyon's history took place during the Great Depression. For 10 years, during the 1920s and 30s, economic misery battered the American people. Many struggled and died from disease and starvation. In the Puentes Hills, new residents were said to have moved in. Wearing black robes, they held satanic rituals and were responsible. That's
right, get some exposition in, tell some scary stories, make the video even more scary.
One story tells of a man who got lost and
what have they got on their heads? Have they got dunces hats on their heads?
The cultists chanted. In 1928, Mary Billings was beaten, strangled and buried alive in Turnbull, but was lucky enough to crawl out of her premature grave and escape. In 1952, the canyon attracted death to its scenic hills once again, when Flight 416 from New York City crashed there, killing all 29 passengers. Many of them were believed to have been children. And horrors still...
That's quite disturbing, actually.
Between the years of 1995 and 2002, 4 murders took place at or were connected to Turnbull Canyon. In 2002, 17-year-old Gloria Gaxiola was shot to death on Turnbull Canyon Road, and her body was dragged along by a car for 4 miles.
Oh, that's brutal. That's a brutal way to die, isn't it? Cannot imagine that.
Was stabbed in the neck with needles before being thrown down into the canyon. Like Marie before her, 22-year-old Christina clawed her way out and survived. Then in 2011, a woman's mutilated body was found about 10 feet down an embankment in the scenic hills. Sadly, she remains unidentified.
Seems to be a lot of death around this area, isn't there?
And dump bodies.
It's quite spooky then.
Having seen so much tragedy and death, is it any wonder that the deceptively pleasant-looking trail is a place of dark energy and haunted by evil? I wonder if any of you have visited there, and sensed anything strange or unnatural? If so, leave us a comment down below. The Angry Ghost. Cadeby Tunnel.
The Angry Ghost. Oh, I love that.
For almost 50 years. The tunnel is a paranormal hotspot and has been investigated on numerous occasions. One local ghost hunting enthusiast who has spent a lot of time there is Dean Buckley. He has thoroughly investigated the tunnel as well as...
I was going to say, is that the guy who's got the drink in his hand, yeah?
and said there is always a constant feeling of being watched. One ghost is thought to be the presence of a young girl who is known as the Mexborough Ragger. She was part of the gypsy community and lived in nearby Mexborough, where she called out for rags on market days. She would carry the rags along with water, taking them to the local quarries and sell them to the workers. One day on her way back home, she took a shortcut through the Cadeby railway tunnel and just didn't hear the approaching train, possibly because of the loud noise of blasting from the nearby quarry. When she did see the train, she ran into a safety archway but dropped her rags and tragically went back for them. She was hit and killed instantly.
I'm guessing she went pretty much splat then when it happened.
In 1903, a worker from the nearby estate died by suicide
Oh
when he
dear.
hit his head on the tracks just before the train arrived.
Okay, that's morbid.
Could this possibly be the spectre named George that one of the mediums picked up on? His footsteps have been heard running into the tunnel. The mediums also sensed 3 figures outside. They were alive during the 17th century. One of them communicated that he was a young soldier, yet another investigator was freaked out when confronted by the ghost of a policeman.
I'm sorry, was he meaning the mediums were from the 17th century? Or these dead people? I don't know, guys, I don't know. I do like these stories. They're quite eerie, especially for this time of year, you know, coming up for Halloween and that. Hey, it's not long till Halloween, is it? Today's the 11th. Oh yeah, definitely not long. Anyway, I digress. Let's continue.
But Andy Pollard, another paranormal investigator who calls himself the Yorkshire Ghost Guy, has provided us with our next clip. Pollard visited Cadeby Tunnel in December 2022 with his camcorder and a K2 meter. This device can detect spikes in the electromagnetic field that could indicate a spirit's presence. After setting up the equipment...
Have any of you used a K2 meter before? Do you believe in them? I've used one a few times, yeah. They're quite good pieces of equipment, but it does detect your mobile phone and all that, so it is very, very sensitive, unfortunately. So it could possibly give off false positives, if that makes any sense. Yes, very sensitive. Anyway,
Pollard
here we go.
asks any spirits nearby to come and talk to him. At one point, he captures a voice that tells him to F off, and later you can hear the words "trapped here" being said. Perhaps Pollard had found a ghost that is pretty cheesed off at being trapped here in this world and just wants to pass over to the spirit realm peacefully. What do you think?
Maybe the ghost just wants to chill out a bit, you know. Sorry, I didn't really make anything out there.
I'll take you up here for a little bit. Can you see the green light?
After the incident, Pollard admitted that the dank, dark tunnel was an odd place that he was wary of even in the daytime. On a previous visit, he supposedly captured the spirit of a woman asking, "Is my baby there?" If you live near the tunnel, then this one definitely sounds like it's worth investigating.
Thank you for the great support, I really do appreciate it. If you are enjoying what I'm doing, why not think about subscribing to my channel? It is free and would help me a great deal.
I have never heard of that place before in my life.
The Night Nurse. One November night in 2022, Rob Williams from Launceston, Cornwall, was just getting ready to hop into bed when he received a notification on his phone. He had installed a motion sensor doorbell camera and something had set it off. The camera pointed down the steps that led up to his apartment. Something had triggered the external light and the equipment had recorded a strange apparition standing at the foot of the steps. On first seeing the figure, Rob thought that it was probably just some drunk on their way home. He watched the person for at least 20 seconds before the light went out and the figure disappeared. Take a look.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there going to be any video evidence here? I'm guessing the figure will be here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's something there. See that? It could be matrixing of the eyes though.
Watching the footage for a second time, Rob realised how strangely translucent the figure was, and was so terrified that he couldn't sleep after the incident, and had to leave the lights on for the rest of the night. The camera should only be activated when something is physically present, so the figure must have had a tangible presence, but it appears to be transparent and otherworldly.
Possibly a delivery driver?
It has all the characteristics of a human, with a body shape and perhaps a hat on top of the head. Rob posted the footage online, and although he was met with some skepticism, one woman, who claimed to be a medium, said that she had communicated with the spirit who had visited Rob. The ghost's name was Helen, and she used to work in a hospital which was once directly across from Rob's apartment. Apparently she was 36 when she passed away from influenza. Rob has never seen the eerie figure since that night, although he feels that if the ghostly nurse Helen were to return, then he would be reassured that she isn't harmful.
Or he would be a little bit on the petrified side. Hey, I'll be a wee bit scared as well if a ghost decided to visit me at night. Although I have had a few experiences I will not go into in this video though. That'll be another video. Anyway, let's continue.
Launceston is a historic town, mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1086, so it's hardly surprising that the area has its own collection of ghosts. Dockacre House, a 16th century farmhouse, is said to be haunted by the spirit of Elizabeth Hurley, who accidentally shot her husband Nicholas in 1728. Poltergeist activity has also been reported throughout the home. At the nearby famous Jamaica Inn on Bodmin Moor, you can find the malicious spirit of a highwayman who wears...
Yeah, Jamaica Inn, that's quite famous. That's meant to be very, very haunted. I want to visit that place. It's meant to be very, very scary. Yeah, I know all about that place, guys and girls. It's it looks nice though, doesn't it? Looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Look, yeah, farm fields there. Yeah, it looks quite welcoming actually. But apparently it's not really.
Wears a tricorn hat and dissipates through locked doors. A distraught woman holding a baby has been seen inside the mirror of room 5, and a young smuggler who was murdered has been spotted pacing around the courtyard in the dead of night.
Really want to see evidence of this, really do.
Charlotte Diamond can sometimes be seen on the slopes of Rorter. She was murdered by her crippled lover and wears a gown and silk bonnet. In a field near South Perwyn, the spectre of Dorothy Dinglet has been spotted in a haunted field. She is thought to have died in childbirth in the 17th century. It's safe to say that this area is plagued with paranormal activity.
Welcome back. I am back, my friends. I hope you're all doing good. Thank you for still being here watching the video. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. Are you believing these stories, or are you enjoying these videos that we're showing you? Do you believe in them? Do you think many of it is fake? Why not tell me in the comment section below? Anyway, if you like what I'm doing, why not give me a wee follow? Or don't bother if you don't like me. It's entirely up to you guys. Anyway, I think we should actually get back onto the video, shouldn't we? Enjoy, my friends, enjoy.
This little piggy came home. Sound effects from the movie The Exorcist even mixed pig noises into the demon's voice. Our fear of pigs could be traced back to their connection with demons, as mentioned in...
Sorry, who's actually scared of pigs?
Jesus and
It's
his
the first I've heard of that.
to Gergesa when they met a demon-possessed man. He was too strong to be held down, even by chains, so he wandered around the tombs crying out and mutilating himself with stones. As Jesus approached him, the man asked, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, you Son of the Most High God? I adjure you by God, don't torment me." Jesus asked the demon for his name and demanded that he leave the man. The demon replied, "My name..."
What the heck is going on in this picture? Is something coming out this guy's mouth? Or is this guy getting his toes sucked? Yeah, that's a, you've got different websites for that, mate, you know. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's sucking his toes. Very strange. And this guy's sticking his fingers up at him as if to say, I don't know what he's saying. Anyway, let's continue.
Name is Legion, for we are many, and it begged to be cast out and into a herd of 2,000 pigs. Jesus allowed all of the demons to enter the pigs. Once they had, the animals jumped into the sea and drowned. Legion appears frequently in popular culture across many mediums, such as books, film, and video games. While in the next short video, ghost investigators are checking out an unknown location that was said to be haunted. As one of the men approaches...
Yes, we have some footage again. I prefer it when there's footage, not just stories. I prefer footage.
As he swings his light around the interior, a strange voice can be heard on the video. No one heard the sound at the time, and it was only after the vigil, when the footage was played back, that the words, "I have the body of a pig," were heard, followed by a grunting noise. Take a listen.
Right, let's listen to this.
Well, a tramp with O2. East what, so far? East wing. Can you get him? Get him.
A photograph was taken in the area where the creepy EVP was picked up.
That voice sounded fake. It really did. It sounded superimposed to the video.
When the voice and the images are matched together, it makes for terrifying viewing. Take a listen to this again.
Let me stick your camera through the hole first, might be a body in there. Well, a tramp with O2. East what, so far? East wing. Can you get him? Get him.
What do you make of that?
I'm not really too sure what to make of that, to tell you the truth. For sure it was very strange. I don't know if it's real or fake though. I'm not entirely convinced.
Turn around. There's a thing back there. We've got to go back and look at it. Those were the words of one biologist who was part of a division of Wildlife Resources team carrying out an annual survey on bighorn sheep by helicopter. The team was making a sweep over the Lockhart Basin in San Juan County, Utah, in November 2020. When the scientists...
Looks like a pretty dry place actually, doesn't it?
The team then went in on foot to get a better look and found that the object in question was made of shiny metal and stood somewhere between 10 and 12 feet tall. It was a triangular prism with 3 sides, a monolith.
I know this story, it's pretty famous, isn't it? That happened a few years ago. I remember that. People think it was possibly an artist, some artwork.
It was as though it had been planted and firmly anchored rather than being dropped into position. As the state wildlife team approached the metal structure, one of the men joked, "The intrepid explorers go down to investigate the alien life form," but didn't seem in such a jovial mood once they had inspected it. He seemed genuinely bewildered when he asked, "What the heck is that?" The remote canyon of red sandstone looks more like that of a Martian landscape than that of Earth, and comparisons were immediately drawn to the mysterious monoliths featured in Arthur C. Clarke's Space Odyssey series and Stanley Kubrick's film 2001, A Space Odyssey.
If I remember right, these monoliths were found all over the world a few years back. I'm pretty sure it was some sort of art expedition or something like that. An artist had actually placed them there. I might just be making it up though. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure.
Those monoliths transmit messages from aliens in an attempt to influence human evolution. Authorities were confident that the monolith was some sort of art installation, although no one has ever come forward to claim the piece. As the structure was installed illegally, the Bureau of Land Management was positive that they would get to the bottom of the mystery. But before any real investigation could begin, the monolith disappeared just as mysteriously as it arrived. It is unknown as to how long the monolith had been there, who embedded it, for what reason, and where it's gone. We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories on this one.
You wonder if maybe someone decided to steal
Be
it.
spooky and scary.
Now that would be
Thanks
strange.
for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow for another paranormal themed video.
Hey guys and girls, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I do appreciate each and every one of you coming by and watching these videos. It helps me out a great deal. If you enjoy what I'm doing, why not think about giving me a little subscribe? Help the channel on its way to 100 subs. If you enjoy these videos, why not comment, subscribe and like them? That goes a long way in helping the channel out. Anyway, my friends, it's time for me to bid you all farewell. Scare you later. Thank you for watching my video, I very much appreciate it. Here are some more videos that might interest you. Until next time, scare you later.